Hello, welcome back to 10 Years Later in Raven Creek. In the previous episode, we went to the quarantine zone up here to the northwest, and we fought an awful lot of zombies with our shotgun, got our aiming skill up. I'll show you the skills here. This is our skill situation now. I spent just a couple of days off camera when I got back. What I did was just a little bit of base management stuff. I did do just a little bit of exercising because we were really close to level 5 fitness. So I unlocked level 5 fitness, and obviously we're 252 out of 30,000. So I just did it. I also repaired the ATV. The potatoes are ready to go. I'm gonna let them stay until they are seed bearing. I did build a small little area over here. I'm going to stick them in here. They will be 5, and they are set in a checkerboard fashion. I'm going to move the potatoes down here. Eventually, I will finish doing the rest of this balcony or rooftop or whatever you want to call it. The other thing I did was I did add a bunch of denim strips to... I didn't want to use the leather because I'm not very high in tailoring yet. I'm only level 2. But I did add a bunch of the denim strips to our equipment until I ran out of thread, of which I'm out now. I do have the M14 rifles ready to go. I have all the boxes of ammo, and I took all of the magazines and I filled all of the magazines. It actually got us a point in reloading during that. But that stuff's all ready to go, and I have enough aiming skill now that I can stand on my roof and shoot Gilligan's Island zombies. So I think we may end up be using those next, just because of how much ammo we have. So I took one shelf downstairs. I took a propane torch and a propane tank downstairs as well to our garage. The reason is that... Oh, it's so dark. There it is. I know there's light in here somewhere. I wanted to repair the ATV. The ATV was at 51% durability. It was not doing good. So I spent some time repairing it. I used metalworking to repair this. I did not pull any parts off of it. I figured I would... If I find a good vehicle, I'll strip the parts. It has to be standard, but if I find a good vehicle, I'll strip the parts. And for now, I used a bunch of metal sheets and stuff. I went up to the laundromat and picked up all of our metal sheets to do this. So basically, if you right-click this stuff, you can repair it with like 2 metal sheets. I didn't use metal pipes, but I did use a bunch of metal bars on these. The brakes, the suspension, the muffler, the gas tank, our old... gas was 24, I believe. Now it's 49. I did repair the engine once. Level 4 mechanics is enough skill level to pull engine parts from standard vehicles. I can't do it for heavy duty or sport vehicles. That's 5 and 6. So I did pull 10 from one of the standard vehicles nearby, and I repaired the engine a little bit. So we are up to 69.93. I could probably get a little bit higher if I, like replace the lighter and stuff, but there's some of the stuff is still pretty low. I did replace one of the tires. I just straight up replaced it with that 100%. And then with the other tires, what I did was I just took and used Fix-A-Flat on them. So here's our propane torch. I did clean up this room a little bit, and these are some of the parts I was taking off. These are not in pristine condition, but they are in decent condition. This stuff will all fit because it's standard. This will fit directly on the ATV or any future vehicles we want. Now, I did find out that I cannot hook up a trailer to the ATV, which that makes sense, honestly, right? Like, come on. But the game is kind of janky, so I was expecting to be able to do it. So, in order to get this fuel tanker, I had to go over, which I never deleted the markings, but basically, we zoom in here. So this is where we are. Drive down this road. You can go in between here. There's a decent space. I had to cut down all these trees back here to get in here. And then I had to bring the truck because the truck has to be able to get in there. So the truck had to be able to get in there, have enough room to hook up, then turn around with the trailer and get out with the trailer. And that was a lot of cutting down. There's a ton of logs over here. But I took this over to the gas station. It is currently full of fuel. Well, I guess I used a little bit of it to fuel up the ATV. There's something that I couldn't open the trunk lid, so what I did was I pulled it off. I can't put it back on because it's too close to the wall. I don't plan on moving this anywhere, so I'm probably not going to repair this beyond maybe potentially repairing the fuel tank. But otherwise, yeah. That's basically all I have been up to. I was trying to determine what I should do now. Should we go back to clearing some homes and stuff, or should we head back up to the quarantine zone? And I'm thinking, I sort of want to go back up to the quarantine zone, I guess. I do have so we have the salvage warhammer in there. I do have the JS2000 is in here, along with all of our shotgun shells. There's an M16 magazine, which needs to go upstairs. I'm going to take that upstairs right now. The denim shirt and leather jacket are there. I've not been wearing them because every time I wear them, it's too hot. Maybe in the colder weather, we'll put on some more equipment, but for the moment, it's just too hot. Anything I'm wearing has got low insulation, or I have to have it. So I swapped boots. We now have the desert military boots on. They have lower insulation than the regular military boots, and the denim shorts have lower insulation than baggy jeans, but this stuff all has the same protection level. Same with the military helmet versus our crash helmet, etc., etc., etc. That's sort of that logic there. I'm just sort of trying to wear stuff that is less insulation. I've got a little bit of food on us. But yeah, my plan is I will try and use the M14 rifle, I think, a little bit more, because we've got a ton of ammo. We have enough aiming skill to aim out a decent distance, and I've got all these magazines loaded and ready to go. It is raining. Oh, let's see how hard it is to see first. Before we go... so when I repaired this thing, interestingly enough, it's now faster. I thought it was, at first I thought it was all in my head, that it's like quicker now, but this thing has always been kind of quick, but it really hauls ass now. Like I have to be very, very careful now as I'm driving around. There's no hesitation, it just goes. So last time I was coming through here with the truck, I found out that if I drive through here behind these buildings, it's hard because the building doesn't go away right away, but there is that sort of gap in there. I've not been going around anywhere. So if we come across zombies, I mean, we might come across zombies, right? But it seems like the lights are bright enough that I should be able to see. I want to kill that zombie. Looks like there's two. Perfect. Riverside map. Okay. Let's get back on the ATV. I'm wondering if I should kill the zombies on the way. There's a significant amount... Look how fast this thing is. This is wild. I mean, it makes sense. It's an ATV. When I was a kid, we had an ATV on the small ranch that my parents lived on, and it just goes. There's no hesitation. It's very fun to drive in out in the woods. I guess I just wasn't expecting it. It kind of caught me off guard how fast this thing is. Now, previously, I believe there have been large packs of zombies I've been skipping over through here. So we're going up to the quarantine zone. As I said, I do have the M14 and all 8 magazines full, ready to go. I also have the JS2000 shotgun. This is so fast. This thing is just so fast. This is wonderful. Until I slam into something. Have not hit anything. Last time I said that I slammed into a tree at the end of the episode. Didn't do that this time around. I managed to get all the way back to base safely. Somewhere in here were groups of zombies. This might be one of them. I was gonna say, somewhere in here there are going to be groups of zombies that I have been skipping over. I'm not seeing any. I was just driving right by them. I don't like this. Okay, so the south part's clear. I'm not sure where the groups went. They must have went down into the woods. There's some there. Because there were large groups through here. And I just sort of drove right by them because I didn't want to deal with it yet. Okay, our temperature gauge is a little low. It's 50 degrees currently in-game. It's 6 a.m. It's also raining. I could probably get away with equipping the leather jacket and whatnot. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hell, is this... I almost wonder if this is M14 time. Maybe not. We're doing alright. We're doing just fine. I want to see what that damn spear is he's got. Scrap spear. A wooden spear with blade. I might grab that. That's one of the modded weapons, and generally these modded weapons are sort of better than everything else, so why not try it out, right? See if it is actually better. Generally they're better damage, maybe a little bit better durability in some cases. Got good skill levels now, we're able to back up and sort of outrun the zombies as long as I don't angle myself. Oh, we are down to... Oh, she's durable. Durable zombie. We're down to 83 weight, if you're curious, if you've been keeping track. Alright, onwards. Fast this thing is. Beep. More zombies. These were all pulled from the surrounding wilderness when we were doing the shotgun in the previous episode. There's one behind us. If you did not watch that episode or catch that episode, I came through here and used the shotgun on the quarantine zone zombies, and it pulled an awful lot of zombies from the surrounding forest area. If you happen to be on the Raven Creek map, I don't know if it's 10 years later, if it's just Raven Creek. Don't trust these woods. There's a lot out there. Way more than I expected to be out in the wilderness. There is 1, 2, 3 up ahead. I'll grab the ATV before going up there. We don't, at the moment, we currently don't have a major goal. We have everything we could need. We're just going to be clearing out. I'll level some of our skills off camera as I go in between each episode. I'll level up a little bit of metalworking and stuff. There's a lot of things we can do. Decorate the base, level up like metalworking, surround the base with metal walls instead of wood walls, etc. Things like that. Not too bad. Getting close. We're getting close to the quarantine zone. So basically, since we have no major goals or any super needs, we're just going to explore and clear. I have been forewarned by someone that the hole in the floor in that one building will not be the last thing I come across. So we need to try to be a little bit careful. The only other interesting sort of thing we've come across like that hole in the floor was probably just the amount of zombies over here. I don't know if these zombies were all from the quarantine zone. I don't know if they were locking people up or what. But there's been a lot of zombies in this area. And this isn't the town. This is the outskirts of the town. Alright, here we are. Going to spin around. Actually, you know what I could do is I could demo some of this so that the ATV can fit. I'll come through here with the sledge. I bet it'll let me do it. We have that. Oh, I need to eat. I didn't even realize I was hungry. Whoops. That's my fault. Okay. Both hands. This is. We found this weapon on a zombie. Actually, it was stuck through a zombie, specifically. The textures are a little bit off here. I think that's something with 10 years later. I believe they try to take away parts of structures and stuff. I actually wonder... I actually think I should make this too wide. It'll be a little rough. I think the ATV will fit in a one wide, but it'll make me a little bit... It'll make me feel a little bit better if this was too wide through here. I'm excited to see what's up here, too. Okay, so you cannot walk through this stuff if you're curious. I want to put this back in here. With the M14 and all the magazines and ammo, I cannot carry the sledge as well. It's too heavy. I don't have enough carry weight. I do need to level up strength. It's definitely true. So I'm gonna just slow through here. Because every little bump you do, man, is just devastating on the vehicle. Okay. I'm gonna leave this right in here. So this stuff is all unlooted. It looks like there's another barricade that I might need to go through, but let's check out these boxes first. This whole area seems to be under... The loot system we have for this world is everything is set on insanely rare. However, we've come across this thing where... I have been in here. That's right. Oh, no, I haven't been in here. I thought I've been in here. Because I remember the... Well... the issue is that the map seems to have overridden some of the insanely rare loot, the modder of the map. And so, what I have come across is that areas such as the police station, or fire station, or mechanic shop, or, points of interest like that, generally speaking, have very little or nothing. And areas like this have very little. There's very little ammo in here, even though this is sort of a military encampment. However, it seems like homes are not necessarily affected by that. It seems like all of the homes we've come across have had a fair significant amount of loot in them. I'm not sure if that's sort of on purpose or what the deal is. This is cleared, should be cleared. Go. Okay. Yeah, we've been in here. And there's a whole nother area up there with a bunch of zombies. So the ATV can fit through there and I can fit through there. I'm going to put this away and we're going to start looking around. We do have a firebomb in there. If I'm being honest, I don't think I've ever used a firebomb. I've used lots of Molotovs, so I don't know what the difference between firebomb and Molotov are. Hopefully, maybe this is the one I was inside of. Because I remember going in one of these buildings. Yeah. Yeah, there's a generator in there. I think I was in that one. So, we've cleared there, and we've cleared here. We have not been up here. And there's a bunch of freaking zombies up there. So my idea here is that I'm still would like to level up aiming a little bit. And I brought the M14 along with a bunch of ammo. And I would like to try, if I fire this gun, it's going to pull zombies. So there's some to the left there and to the right. Let's see if that pulled them. So when I was testing this earlier and I pressed reload, I believe she just inserts a magazine. At least that's the hope. Yeah, so she just inserts a new magazine. That's what I was hoping for. So we don't have to go through the long process. There's one to my left. Dang. Not getting that, It's weird. Is it worse when they're close? Is that what's going on? Interesting. What's happening? I really didn't want to come out here, but it looks like we're back out here again. I'm not sure what's causing my aiming issue there. It's like... It's almost like close zombies. Yeah, it's almost like close zombies, are giving me some issues. Not what I was hoping for. This did not go... I mean, what did I expect? This didn't go to plan at all. We pulled quite a few zombies. So, I guess I can't shoot zombies close? I'm not... It's so interesting how that is happening, huh? Yeah, as soon as they get close... As soon as they get close, she loses sight. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I ran into a tree. Well, let's go back up here. I did not... I guess I completely misunderstood the gun mechanics. That would be my fault for that happening. So I did install a scope on this, and I wonder if that is my issue. Yeah, see. I wonder if that's my issue, is the scope that I put on. There's one way behind me. It works fine doing this. Ooh. I could uninstall the scope and see. The scope says it increases the range. Oh, I think we're out of magazines. Oh no, I've got 3 more. Let's head back up top. I'll sprint all the way up there. And we'll turn and aim from distance, I guess. Since this is a sort of distance gun. I don't know if I have time to uninstall the scope. I can run up here and do it. That did it. It was the scope. I didn't know that. So now it's reversed. Woo, there's one behind me. Okay, so now it's reversed. Now I can't shoot them from super far, but it's green when they're up close, which is, that's fine. That's better. That's honestly better. Need to eject a magazine. I think I got one more. This is much, 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 much better. Check my... Okay, we got one more magazine left. Empty. Okay. Last magazine. And then I will need to melee them, or we'll need to manually load up those magazines with rounds. Let's go down here a little bit. Six shots, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it? Oh, the one is jammed. Okay. We're out. Pulling out the nightstick. Okay. Now, the road might not necessarily be clear through here. I should have got that mod that lets you AoE loot. There's a mod out there that lets you look at stuff in a sort of AoE kind of situation. Let's head back inside. There might be zombies in here. There shouldn't be. We should have pulled. So that much firing the gun what I was trying to do is it should have pulled any stragglers from the lefts that we cleared. And it should have pulled a bunch of zombies from the nearby area. Now I'm going to start reloading. Now that the scope is not on, this will work much better, I think. At least this was the idea. We've got all these magazines, so we'll load them all up, and then we'll just swap out magazines as we go. And we can still get some aiming experience that way. Okay, magazines are good. I'm going to put the scope away. Let's put the scope in here. Screwdriver in here. The pipe needs to go into our inventory. So we're a little bit overweight. Oh, I missed one, I think. We need to reload one more. So there's an empty one in here. I didn't take the one out of the gun. That was my mistake. Okay. Alright. So, nightstick out, ready to go. Here we go. Let's go explore. So we pulled from up here. Left, right, left and right, and up here, left and right. So, should be, we'll say, clear-ish. Now, when I zoomed way, way, way out, there's a bunch of zombies over there, which that looks like the end of the quarantine zone. So, this thing is pretty big, but not huge. So let's go in here and scope it out. It's been raining on us this whole time, so we need to be a little bit careful. We're not super wet, thankfully. There are some American flags in here. It's interesting that the computer is acting as if it's on. You know, I didn't know I could find those post-apocalyptic night magazines within a desk. Oh. So here's a bunch of zombies that did not aggro. We are not as good with short. That's okay though. It's alright. It's not the end of the world. So one of these is broken. The repair option for these is wood glue. I'll probably never do that, so I'm just going to drop it now. Alright, let's head outside. So obviously it didn't pull all the zombies. There's something there. Something... Oh no, this is the edge. We saw this. Let's scope this out. I am assuming these are generators or fuel tanks. Industrial fuel tank. Probably doesn't work in game, but it makes sense. And those would be fuel. Fuel would be stored in these. Oh shit. That actually scared me. Treat Northam and Wiggled? Not sure. Oh, target range. That's what that is. Interesting. To loot these crates, all empty. Okay. Propane torch. We want both of that. Looting will be a little rough, considering our weight situation here. What I could do is put these in my bag for now, and we'll be fine. I'll just need to remember to pull those back out. Oh, this is something I haven't been inside of. Whoops. This looks like soldier barracks. These are not... If I remember right, when we were looting it, there's one there. When we were looting this place, These are not armories. These are clothing. A little hard to see in here, but got it. Some of the tents have a literal armory in them. Little weird, I understand, but because it's a tent. So let's check Wasteland Warrior. So we are looking for Wasteland Warrior magazines. There is one that I have found, but never read. So we're looking for that one. I think it's 3. And question, I believe. Okay. I have found them before. I would need to go back. So we're getting kind of to an area where there might be a lot of zombies in here, I think. Something there. What is that? Can't see it. Oh, it's just flowers. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking it was. Barracks. Usually that's just clothing in there. There's not much reason to really come in here. There is a zombie in here. Either on the outside or in this one. It's on the outside. Okay, so we found a little bit of ammo. That's good. 5.56 and shotgun shells I will take, always. So there's zombies on the outside. Seemingly they didn't aggro, which is curious if that's actually true. That tree wiggled. Okay. I heard the growling. Not sure where he went off to. Target range, zombie there. Oh, here we go. So this is military, and here, I bet you they were sticking people in those. It's crappily built, and there's tents. So the military hung out in this area, and they put the people over in that area. There's a zombie in there. He's coming over. He sees me. Goodbye. A lot of meta events going off. Armory door. I don't know why I'm using this short blunt weapon. I should just pull out my other one. I don't know why I'm doing that. We'll put the gun away. If we need the gun, I'll just pull it back out. I'll put the M14 in my backpack. Okay. Alright. Armory door. M9. I'll take it. I hear zombies. Oh, he's right there. Jesus. Why he didn't aggro. Okay, we got the south part over here to do. A Wasteland Warrior axes. And this is... Oh, there's a building. Those are outhouses. Okay, the doors are on this side, I think. Hang on. Did I see something? No? These guys aren't even making noises. A lot of them in here, though. There's one more. Wow. That was eerie. One coming in. Disposable camera. Delete some of the trash piles here because we might find the magazine we're looking for. Alright, next, there's a zombie there. He's got a gun. There's a army jeep in here. Where is he? Is that the one I saw? Empty. Okay, so we don't have the M16. This is... I'm gonna need to go back to the ATV because this rifle's gonna make me overweight. I don't have that. I'm not even sure if I have a lot of those magazines, if I'm being honest. There's this building here, and there's a Jeep here. It was hard to see, but it did pop in. Seat. It's in pretty decent condition. It is classed as heavy duty though, so I don't need any of those parts. So let's see what the heck this is. It's either the wind or I hear growling. Empty. The camo shirt's undamaged. Boots have a hole. Jacket has a hole. Pants have holes. Whoa! That's not fair. One more. I hear another. There. Empty. I hear growling. Right ear. High visibility vest. I don't want that. It could be out there. It's still right ear, so I'm going to go this way. Welder mask. I have one. Military t-shirt. We don't need that. Oh. Padded pants. Insulation 100. Some winter clothing. M16 assault rifle. Box of ammo. I have that gun. M191, we'll take that. Satellite dish. I've got the M16 assault rifle. So this one's full durability. Hang on. Eject the magazine. This is what we'll do. I'll put this one in here. And then I'm going to grab the one. So now I have an extra M16 magazine. I believe that makes 3 magazines in total. I hear growling. Latrine. Still right ear. Sounds like it's outside. Okay, we need to go back to the ATV because I'm too overweight. Check these military boxes. There's one there. There's one outside. There might be a hole in the fence, so he might be coming over to me. I thought I heard leaves moving around, so... I don't see a hole, but there might be one way up there and he might be on his way over. A lot of vehicles up there. What am I stuck on? Oh, sandbag walls. Those sandbag walls are so hard to see. Okay, let's head back to the ATV because we are hurting on space. Going to open, please. Let's eat some spaghetti bologna. You know what? These wooded area... I didn't go that way, did I? I don't remember going in that blue building down there. There's a whole wooded area. I didn't come down here. Yeah. So this area is uncleared. The ATV can come up in here. I believe I removed some of it. Got one friend at the gate. Let's check the map. Okay. Let's add some blue markers here, signifying that these are all cleared. This one is not cleared. I think these remain uncleared as well. Okay. And the ATV, if you are unaware, has 100 carry weight. It's got 50 on the front and 50 on the back. I don't plan on using this M16 rifle right now. Not even sure what ammo it uses. 5.56. I don't think I have a lot of that. I mean, I have 2 boxes right here, but I think back in base, I don't think I have a lot of that. We found a lot of 308. And shotgun. And a little bit of some other stuff, but not a whole lot of some other stuff. this away. Let's put the scrap spear away. I'm not going to use that. Lighter, carrot seeds pack. Okay, so we need all this. So we've got the M14. Throw this on the ground. Let's, maybe let's move the ATV in. Go through here slow, just in case I bump. Okay, and this is where we want to stay, because we're going to loot these trees. Not feeling super confident about that, if I'm being honest. I don't like going into trees. This game does not handle zombies in trees very well. So there is a dead zombie there. So was I over here? Box of 556, we will take that. That's for the M16. Hang on, where are you going? Where'd he go? I'm stuck. There's one over here somewhere. Where did he go? There he is. Oh, hang on, there's a... That's right. I'm on to your shenanigans. Okay, got some more barrack situation here. Footsteps, left ear. I'm not sure if he'll come out this side or that side. Or if he won't come out at all, honestly. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I don't know where he went. That was weird. There's one. Empty, 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 empty. Okay. This stuff is... I guess I can take that. I'm not... I was trying not to loot a whole lot because I am a little bit heavy with all the ammo I'm carrying right now. But we did just deposit, so we've got a little bit. We've got a little bit of space. Down the road. Growling right ear. Right there. Oh. Zombies in here. It's always kind of interesting after playing for so long on pinpoint hearing how you can just sort of bump into groups of zombies because they just don't hear you. Box of 556, that's good. Locked. Oop, hang on, annotated map. Riverside. No key. This is probably heavy duty as well, I would imagine. It is in excellent condition. Ish. I just can't, we can't really use vehicles like this. As nice as it would be to pick up one of like the Jeep or something, there's just no room to maneuver these vehicles in these streets. Oh shit. God, that got me. ×4 scopes. Decreases short range accuracy, increases firearms maximum range. I'll grab them. I likely won't use them. Or maybe I will use them. I don't know. I might find a situation for them. Okay, down here now. Okay, this looks like the food mess hall. These are going to be all empty. U.S. Army property, no trespass. So this is broken. Leap through. There's be a freaking zombie in here, huh? No? Okay. Chocolate I'll take. Rotten burrito. More sacks. Remember when we were looking for sacks? I found so many sacks now. Boy, this is a lot. This is quite a bit of food. The ATV's right around the corner, so I'm okay looting this, I think. And this was a sack. Okay. All right, so let's get out of here. Okay, apparently I can't open that even from the inside. I love that they put these heavy-duty security doors on these buildings with, like, windows that are just open. Oh, here's another Humvee. This one is unlocked. I'll never be able to get this thing out of here, though. It's in pretty great condition, too. It's classed as heavy duty as well, so I can't really use it. I wonder how many other vehicles are in here. This one looks like it's in rough shape. This one, I do have the key. It's in really good condition other than the hood and the window, honestly. 76 engine quality, engine's at 75. I do have a heavy duty battery. We could drive this. Let's label this car, truck. And let's do a arrow and a note. Military Jeep. Need battery. Heavy duty battery. Heavy duty battery. I could get, this one is a little bit smaller. I could get this out of here. In order to get it out, I'd need to bring the axe, and I would need to sledge out a wider opening in the fences and the barricades. Just want to check these boxes. Sometimes there's stuff in them. So I'm pretty sure I checked this Jeep here. Actually, I don't even know if they're called Jeeps, but that's what I'm going to call them. Did I check the back of that Jeep? Where is it? Here it is. Nothing. Okay. All right, so the quarantine zone is clear. That up there is uncleared. We don't even know what's up there. We need to put some crap away. 556. Cordless. And then all this freaking food. These 2 scopes. Oh, and I got some of this stuff too. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm not going to be able to get the ATV through there, I think. So this building is uncleared. Let's go scope it out. I only got a little bit left on the video. She's tired anyways. Put that away. Did I? Okay, so I did clear this building. I was trying to remember. I did go in there. Okay. I didn't think I got that close. No. This looks like hell. Oh, there's actually more on the top left there. I didn't realize. But this looks like hell trying to get out. I can't see anything because of the way this is all laid out. I wonder if this is like the military checkpoint at Louisville. I bet you it is. This is probably just people who came here and were camping because they can't get in. Because if you go to the Louisville checkpoint, it's all full of campground stuffs. I want to look at this vehicle. It's got parts, I think, that we would want. Oh, they broke that down real fast. Ma'am, are you stuck? Interesting. I don't think there's going to be anything we need in here. Oh. Unless, of course, I find a propane tank. Oh, it's too heavy. Okay, well, we need to go back anyways, because it's the end of the video. That's a good find, though, propane tank. Check this vehicle. Oh, it's got awful... I didn't bring the wrench, though. Do I hear someone coming? Yeah. It's in kind of not great condition. Oh, hello. There's a taxi up in the air. It is in decent condition. Suspensions 80, 80, 80, 80. Some brakes. It's got decent suspension I could pull off of it. Where was the entrance? How did I get out of here? Okay, so the quarantine zone, I'm going to say cleared. Yeah. I'm going to head back to base. And, hey, thank you for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. Thanks for showing me to others. And thanks for all the comments and suggestions. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode.